think it's gonna go live here, dude. It's restarted. Yeah, it's knife run now, so.
Terrorists win.
Oh, it's gonna be a Fnatic knife run though. Pistol's live. Is it up in stream? Oh.
unmuted and unmuted.
Right, good evening ladies and gentlemen, or good afternoon wherever you're from. Do apologise for not having any casters at the start of the game, but it looks like we are now ready to go. Just a last minute call up to cast one phenomenal game here. We've got Fnatic versus Virtus.Pro. My name is Chewy and I'm joined here by Windansky. Hello good friend.
Hey dude, how are you? How's things?
Not bad at all, thank you very much. Glad to be casting some Counter-Strike action. We've got a good game on our hands by the looks of things.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a real tight game so far. Just went to Virtus.Pro as well. But the gun run's been real tight. The A side by Fnatic have been pretty comfortable. JW's been hitting some good shots, so it should be a tight game.
So obviously it was quite crucial there for Virtus.Pro to be able to win that pistol round, if that was correct. Unfortunately, I did miss the first few rounds. I didn't even know this game was live until I kind of got in the call here and got ready to go. But as you can see now, Fnatic 3-3. They forced Virtus.Pro onto Nico as Olaf Meister finishing these things off. They are now going to take the lead for, I believe, the first time in the game. So let's have a look at the Virtus.Pro finances. Taz actually really low here, but they are going to be able to buy up and get things sorted on their side here. So obviously Windansky, you know, on a T side here with Virtus.Pro, and starting with 3 rounds on the board, they're going to be quite happy so far. Do you reckon they can get a few more rounds on the board and rack up a good score?
Yeah, definitely. The pistol round's really important. T-side overpass. I think if they win maybe 3 or 4 rounds, they'll be really, really happy with this. I think though it'll be really difficult because Fnatic have a good defense. So.
Well, yeah, they've taken every single round, I do believe, after winning that initial pistol round, and then the 2 following rounds after that as well. So Fnatic starting out strong just as much as Virtus.Pro has, and as we would usually expect, we have got Pasha and JW with the AWPs in hand, and we've got that bomb looking like it's slowly making its way over towards the A-bomb site. So first thing I've got to ask you, Windansky, is what do you think about this new little section on A here that they've changed up in the recent update?
Yeah, I really like it. I think it's makes the map a bit more balanced for the T sides. Anyways, I think without it, the map was a little bit uneven, and with this inclusion, I think it's a little more even now.
So, what kind of a score do you think the teams need to be going for on the T side here now with this new addition to the map?
So it's hard to say really. I think a lot of teams would take 6 rounds. A lot of teams would take 5 rounds. I think 6 would be really good, but 5 would be like the minimum.
Well, Olaf Meister actually on the flank there is going to get a kill onto Pasha, so it's all evened up on a 3-on-3, but as soon as I do say that, lovely grenade comes in to take out Taz, and the Snacks get shut down by Flusher. 2 kills in a row for that man. That's going to be a good kill.
Like I was saying, Fnatic hold on that side is really strong, really strong. I think FVP will have a really hard time getting through there.
Well, they definitely did. It looked like Taz got the entry frag as they were making their way through, but then suddenly all got shut down in quick succession, and got to shout out Olaf Meister as well for coming around on the flank there in long by the looks of things, and that was a great play. So Virtus.Pro already with a lot to do, and they have brought up these AK-47s here, but what do you think about this buy? Because they've hardly got any grenades to play with in this next round.
Yeah, I find that a bit... it doesn't help the Bali going down, but I think it's a bit hard because I think they need a lot of smokes to take the side, especially with no smokes. I think they're going to try and just aim and kill them with their aim, but it's going to be real difficult. But Pash got the equalizer frag, so it's 4v4.
4v4 it is, and we can see that it's Olaf Meister who once again is starting to play a bit aggressively over towards A long, and he will be able to spot the bomb there if he's not careful. JW is going to peek out, and does find one play there as well, so it looks like the A execute could be coming in as Snacks takes down JW. Olaf Meister once again though in a great position, and that's 2 kills in a row for that man, and not only that, he's found the bomb. So once again here, just some of these single plays are single-handedly kind of shutting down the Virtus.Pro pushes.
Exactly, yeah, that's Olaf doing it twice now in a row. 2 really important kills, getting the bomb down and really isolating VP players from the bomb.
And you've got to wonder what this is kind of doing to the mental game of Virtus.Pro, knowing how strong Fnatic's defences on here and how Virtus.Pro, after picking up those initial first 3 rounds and then pretty much being shut down ever since then, it's a tricky spot for them, but we can see Overpass here in a really nice little position. He knows exactly where the bomb is, so he's just taking things passively now, as we've only got 23 seconds on the clock, and you would predict that they are going to be able to do something.
They have
but they've got the bomb,
they've got no
actually,
smokes.
yeah. No, that's the difficult thing.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going to be able to get the bomb down.
It's a really important kill by Pronax. Make it a 3v1. Nah, that's it. Nah.
No, not going to happen, unfortunately. So the defuse will come in. Once again, another good retake. I'm surprised that they allowed Virtus.Pro actually to get that bomb and pick it up, but successful retake for them. Didn't seem too much hassle whatsoever, and now Fnatic have won 6 rounds on a row. So in this situation, obviously money is slowly but surely getting a bit more tight here for Virtus.Pro. What would you be saying if you were on that Polish roster? What would you be saying to try and pick their game up a bit?
Well, I'm not sure really. I think like Virtus.Pro seems to be getting the opening 2 kills, but it seems to be all that man Olofmeister just getting 2 kills and make it 3v2. It's happened 2 rounds in a row. I think VP really need to take more control of the middle area and make sure Olaf can't do those backstabs. That's a really struggling right now. VP to stop him.
Yeah, well, Olofmeister, that man that you did call out there, 12-4 for him already just after 10 rounds, so a phenomenal performance coming in from him to start things off, and obviously all of the players in this server, when they can go big, they really do go big, but Olofmeister, one of those players that Virtus.Pro have got to concentrate and try and shut down, and it's interesting how Virtus.Pro really are concentrating a lot of their forces over towards the A-bomb site, even though they've not had much success there in the past few rounds.
Yeah, and look at JW, he's actually in T-spawn. He knows it's not going to be a B. He's actually going to go behind him again, I think. Yeah, he is. Right,
do you think they'll be aware of this? Or do you think it's just going to completely catch them unawares?
If he goes down the ladder, he'll get 2 kills at least.
Well, actually, I'm just going to jump on board with JW. We usually use auto-director, but there we go. He's going to pick up 1, but Taz manages to get the revenge kill there. Pasha gets another one to Crims as well, so now the man advantage is in favour of the Polish side of Virtus.Pro. Pasha does have to be careful, left on only 13 points of health. Olofmeister, once again, the man that we shouted out earlier on, picking up a huge frag as Bayali try to get onto that bomb site, but I think the defence from Fnatic could be too strong once again, but here we go, 22 seconds left.
Position's fantastic though.
Pasha managing to pick up 1, that's Taz out for the count. Pasha's going to respond, and now it's a 2-on-2, much closer round, but there's only 10 seconds left on the clock. They've got to get the bomb down. Olofmeister's going to get caught out, and it looks like that bomb will be planted, so it's all in the hands of Pronax. But look at that nade, great stuff.
Yeah, that was a great nade. This is a really important round for VP. Really important.
Well, 1 versus 1.
I think Pronax knows where he is.
I don't think he does. You know, we've got this X-ray mode on, so obviously we can see a bit more than the players can, but I think Neo's aware of him. Well, now they're aware of where each other are, and Neo will shut that down, and finally Virtus.Pro respond on to the great success that Fnatic have had so far. So what were really the key things there to allow Virtus.Pro to take that round?
Definitely the kill on JW. Really opened the round for them. I'm surprised by JW, really. I thought he'd maybe get 2 or 3 kills, not just the 1. And then to make the 4v4, after the 4v4, I think it went to a 4v3 to VP, and that was a really important kill. They could set up for an A there and really stretch the Fnatic defense.
Well, obviously, because Fnatic did win so many rounds in a row, they're not going to be worrying too much about their economy right now. And Olofmeister in an advanced position onto Snacks will get the entry frag here, pushing up very aggressively indeed. They're already halfway down the map. And I'm liking this double AWP setup here. What do you think about Fnatic on Overpass with 2 AWPs?
Well, I think it can really work. I mean, Fnatic have shown in the past that it works, so it's something they fall back to if they feel like the defense is struggling. And Olive is more than capable, like JW, to deliver some really great up shots. But I think the smokes in this are going to be important for VP. They get some good smokes down. That will stop the Oppers from doing much, I think.
Yeah, well, it's back and forth trades once again over towards the A-bomb site. Seems this map is almost pretty much cut in half. Nothing going on towards B. All the havoc ensuing over towards A. And Neo picks up a big frag there, but will get taken down, unfortunately. No 1 versus 3 clutch for him. Fnatic holding strong once again. And it just seems like Virtus.Pro can't hold those shots down. It seems like Fnatic are holding some absolutely brilliant angles around the smokes on that A-bomb site.
Yeah, exactly. I think if VP are kind of committing all their members towards this one side, and obviously the rotates on this map for CT is very fast, so the Fnatic are rotating like 4 people there, and it's really hard to get onto this side when 4 people defending. I think VP maybe need to try a fake and go B maybe every now and then.
Well, they've been forced down to an eco here, punished for their mistakes in round number 11. Fnatic still managing to hold strong, and we can see that they've pushed aggressively down once again. But have a look at this. They've only actually got one player initially over on towards A, which was actually going to be Crims. Now they're starting to back players over there, noticing that Virtus.Pro are taking things a tiny bit more slowly. They've only got those pistols in hands, no armour, and no grenades as well. But by the looks of things with Dansky, they're making their way once again over towards A. And what do you think of that decision?
I think Fnatic are ready for it. They got 3 players there. So, I mean, I'd be very surprised to get the bomb down. This is the best case scenario for VP is to get the bomb down, but as you can see, Crims and JW are doing work, so...
Pretty easy clean up
by
the looks of things.
Yeah, it's going to be an easy shutdown, I think.
Yeah, no casualties as of yet for the Swedish Fnatic squad, and there we go, JW will finish things off with ESEA-Invitational. So, double the lead, 8-4 is the score as we go into round number 13, only a couple more left, and Virtus.Pro's economy really isn't sitting pretty here. Do you reckon they should just try and force it? I don't really think there's even worth trying to do that. Oh, they are forcing it, yeah. Okay, there we go, they must have heard us.
I think they might do something fast in B, maybe, this round. They haven't done it yet, so maybe they will do something fast in B. Yeah, they will. There we go.
Good call. And let's see if it's going to pay off for them. We can see a couple of Galils and that Tech 9 as well. We do know what that Rec 9, as kind I like to call it, can do, and it's going to start things off here onto Pronax, taking him out, but JW, once again, will respond. He's going to get his second kill here, but it's back and forth trades across the map. And this fast feed push so far isn't paying off here, as it's still, once again, back and forth trades. But by the looks of things, they've got those smoke grenades down, and they are in a good position here to try and get this bomb down. They spotted out JW, noticed that he was in a vulnerable position, and now it's all going to be left up to Crims.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised they've done something fast B. I think that was definitely the weakest spot for Fnatic this round.
So do you think
isn't out of it yet?
Do you think now, like, following on from this, it's going to be a decision here for Virtus.Pro to carry on going over towards the B bomb site? Maybe they'll think about pushing this bomb site again after having some good success here on the force buy?
I think what they should do is, I think they should do like a fake towards A and go back and do a B tick. I think that will definitely work against Fnatic. I think they should do some smokes and then go back to B.
And we see quite a lot of advanced, positions from the CT side. We know how Fnatic like to play this map, and they really do like to get aggressive and put their weapons right in the faces of the Virtus.Pro squad right from the start. So, what do you think that Virtus.Pro need to do to try and counter those?
Well, for Fnatic are doing an aggressive lawn on A this round, so VP need to be prepared for this. They've got Taz and Pasha towards there, and they need to get at least 2 kills here.
It looks like they're aware of it right away.
Yeah, they know.
JW put a shot down range and did miss. Well, I'm not sure if he may have tagged Pasha or whether HE grenade did, but all the same, Crims will finish him off.
I think VP we're going to try and do an A fake to B because the bomb's outside B right now. I think it's up to Taz now to do something towards A, and then the bomb will definitely go back to B.
Well, Taz is the man on your screen at the second, although we have switched over to Neo, and after the first kill in round number 14, things have taken a turn for the slow. We can see once again Crims just pushed so far down along, he's pretty much right at the bottom of it, and they're just throwing those smoke grenades down there just to slow things down even more. And you said that Taz needed to be a key player here over towards A. He wasn't able to do that. Crims shutting him down, so now 2-man advantage here for the CTs.
Now as well in short.
Yeah, look at this, they're just completely locked in, there's no way out for them.
Yeah, they know it's going to be a B.
Good call here from Fnatic, so Bialy will respond. Now it's 4-on-3, but they found the bomb as Pronax does shut down Neo. And this should be an easy cleanup. You would suspect it for the rest of the Fnatic squad.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Bialy's going to be taken down eventually. 9-5 the score is. So if Virtus.Pro can take this last round, still, I think they'll be happy with this half if they can get 9-6, yeah.
Yeah, definitely be happy with this. I mean, if they get the next round, they'll be really happy and win the pistol. I still think Fnatic will take 10-5 as well. I think they've got a strong enough T side, so it'll be a really, really important second half.
We can't really emphasize enough how important it is to win those pistol rounds and to try and do something a bit special as well in a tricky situation, especially in terms of the economy, with Virtus.Pro now being stuck down to those Tech 9s and a CZ75 as well in the hands of Bialy. They're going quickly. Here they go. Look at this. Did they even flash it? I'm not too sure if they did. It may have come late, but it doesn't matter because Pasha started things off. They've got full control of this bomb site by the looks of things. It has 3 kills in a row. Flusher only managing to take down Pasha, and are they going to be able to get this bomb down? Snaps hiding in the smoke will take down JW. And have a look at this. It seems that they're getting better success with pistols.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier though, like the fast B was something they didn't really take advantage of at the start, and with pretty much a half eco there, they managed to take the side pretty easily.
So
I think I think Fnatic weren't ready for that. They were ready for something slow, and I think they caught out Fnatic a little bit there, VP.
Yeah, definitely could have been the case. So, unfortunately, there is a little issue sometimes at the end of a half where the game actually does crash. So do not worry, we'll make sure we get back into the game as soon as possible. But 9-6 is the score as we go into the second half here. This is an ESEA best of 1 between Virtus.Pro and Fnatic on Overpass here. We're sorry that we weren't able to bring you the first few rounds, but we just saw that the game was live. It went live last minute, and we decided to get in as quickly as we can. So we're just going to reconnect to the server. But Windansky, why don't you just kind of analyse what we saw there for both sides on their respective sides? What did you think were the key moments?
Well, the pistol round is definitely the start of definitely a key moment. It was really important for VP to get that pistol round. It gave them a platform to build on through these buy rounds. I think if you look at it, they only won. They won 3 buy rounds, which is pretty respectable. So the pistol round was definitely important to get the 6 rounds. Without that, it would have been a 12-3 maybe, which would have been a real struggle, especially if they lost the pistol T side or CT side. Sorry.
Yeah.
The next important round was the JW round, where they won the first buy, which that's definitely important, given momentum. And they really read the situation that the B side was a lot easier to take than the A side. They realised that the A defence was too strong by Fnatic, and I think VP realised a little bit too late that B was the weaker position. But, they still got 6 rounds, so it's still a good half.
Still a good half indeed for Virtus.Pro, and it looks like we are live and ready to go with the pistol round. Round number 16. This is Fnatic now, of course, switched onto the T side. Virtus.Pro, who did a reasonably good job of 6 rounds on the T side, now on the CT side, and yeah, I do agree. The fact that they picked up that pistol round and were able to convert from those and then win a couple of buy rounds after that, considering how strong the Fnatic defense is on this map, was a good performance so far. We'll see what happens here, though. It's important for both teams, obviously, to pick up the pistols, but it's been really slow so far.
Yeah, Olive is actually going to A to just scout out. I think they're going to do a B take here. Olive is, but the thing is with VP is playing defensive, so it doesn't really work for Olive's favour, really, and he's gone down, so what are they going to do, Fnatic, now? They're going to retreat back to T-spawn, Flush and JW. So I think they're deciding, I think they're talking about what they're going to do themselves on TeamSpeak, what they should do. Right now, I think they're not really sure what they're going to do.
Yeah, well, this has definitely been an interesting one. It almost seems like it's a pistol round that isn't actually live. Like, you don't really see this all too often. But yeah, unfortunately, as I did say, guys, we did have a little crash at the half-time mark, but we should be ready to go now. So, it's going to be able to take down. But I'm not too. This is the thing. This is what I'm debating, because I'm just like, it seemed like it was live because the money got reset and everybody was ready to go. But then again, at the same time, it was just like, yeah, no, they're killing each other. Now it's live.
T-spawn. I was
there we go.
Don't think it's live.
This is the thing when the game crashes and you join back in, because now we look like fools, because it's just like, oh my gosh. We're talking about it being live and they're not, so we do apologise, guys, but we weren't to know. Apparently, our director's just saying in the background that the server is having having server issues, so hopefully that won't be too long before that gets sorted, and we will be able to get back live, unlike the last round, which we figured was live but wasn't. So again, just talking about that first half there, I thought it was really interesting that Virtus.Pro decided to keep going for that A bomb site despite the lack of success over there. So what did you think about those decisions to keep being resilient and trying to get onto that A bomb site, because we saw them have some really good success over towards B?
Well, to be fair to them, I think because they were getting like the opening 2 kills, I think they were thinking maybe we should, like, the A side might be a bit weaker, like 4 against 3 for example VP had. They thought maybe they could just do a 3 smoke bank, a smoke for CT, and they can get on the side. But like again, Olive with a 2 backstab, getting 2 kills both times, just ruined the plan. And I think they thought maybe, if Olive doesn't backstab this time, we can maybe get on the A side. But it didn't work. Whenever they tried to take A twice in a row, they got locked down because they had no. They had no map control in B, so Fnatic weren't keeping anyone there, so they were rotating 4 or 5 people right over to the side, which made it really difficult for VP to get on the side. So I mean, I think once they realised that they weren't really getting much map control, that B was a better option for the faster takes, and it proved to be the case with two really important rounds at the end there. So.
So, I mean, we were talking and giving a lot of praise to Fnatic on how well they were holding things down on the CT side, but at times, you have to say they did look a tiny bit weak over towards B. Some of the smoke grenades maybe coming in a bit too late and such, and other things like that as well. And we obviously saw in round number 15, the last round of the first half, that the Virtus.Pro just put the plough into motion and got those Tech 9s out and stormed into the B-bomb site and actually picked up the round. So, what did you think that Fnatic may have needed to have done a bit differently to try and stop Virtus.Pro pushing on to B as successfully as they did in some instances?
There's a few smokes you can do from CD spawn that blocks those pipes. They could have been throwing those smokes and taking a more aggressive approach on short to stop them from taking courtyard, take them from courtyard there. So they could have been doing that. They could have been having an op peeking down long to spot the VP players. They could have done that. They could have used their Molotovs a bit earlier. Like, there's a few things they could have done, but I think they were surprised that they VP just ran up and took short. And I also think their flashes that were coming over from long also blinded them, so they weren't the long guy couldn't call that they were doing a fast speed take. So I mean, I think it was just smart play by VP.
Certainly agree indeed. Obviously showing why these two teams are at the top of the game at the minute. Fnatic, actually, I do believe they played in I think it was either a best of 3 or a best of 5 yesterday against Virtus.Pro. I wasn't able to catch it, but Fnatic came out on top. I know that for a fact, and seemed to be performing well there from what I've heard. I haven't been able to watch back the VODs, but Fnatic did actually beat Virtus.Pro yesterday, I do believe as well. So maybe Virtus.Pro looking to try and get some revenge and bring things back here. But I mean, I have to say, it's not really been a big secret recently that Virtus.Pro at times they've been a bit quiet. Some of the games that I've casted with them, players like Bayali, who usually is really consistent, has been a bit quiet. So, I mean, what do you think has been happening really recently to Virtus.Pro?
I think it's probably the amount of games they've been playing. They've been playing a lot of CS, like a lot of best of 3s, a lot of best of 5s, a lot of competitions they're in. I'd say it's been difficult to continually playing over and over again, like for hours and hours. I mean, I know it is their job, but I mean, I think it would be very difficult to continually playing 6 officials a night. I mean, it would definitely catch up on you. And I think they're maybe showing a little bit of fatigue.
So is there any way that they can try and combat them? Because obviously there's a lot of other teams at the same tier level as Virtus.Pro who have to do, similar amounts of games each night, and a lot of them seem to be able to keep up with it well, and Virtus.Pro maybe at times haven't been able to do so. So do you think there's really a key for Virtus.Pro to try and get it back onto their game that they're used to playing?
Well, I'm not sure. I think if you look at the top teams recently, Envy, us, were struggling a little bit there the last 2 days. Like, yep. They didn't win many games there. They lost to NIP. They lost to VP, I think. Also, they lost to Fnatic. So I mean, like, these teams do have small slumps in these online games. So I mean, I wouldn't think much of it. VP are probably just a little bit tired from the previous best of 5s and best of 3s they've been playing the last few days. So I mean, I wouldn't think anything of it. If you're a VP fan, I would just think, wait for the major really and see their true potential.
Yep, that's true indeed. Not too long before that major does come about. I'm definitely excited for Katowice. So it should be an incredible tournament. Yeah, definitely. I mean, looking at the full lineup that we've got now attending, I think we've got a really good mix of teams, and I'm definitely thinking that it's a tournament where we could see some really big upsets even.
Yeah, 100%. If you looked at the qualifiers there was some real quality CS played by the Australians, especially. They played fantastic. I mean, I'm going to be one at the start saying, I don't think those guys are that good. Watching them, they're very organised, very structured, and I think they could be very, very good, honestly. I think they have a bit of experience from previous majors, and so I don't think it will faze them. So, like, watching them play, I think they will be a real force in the Katowice major.
Well, there's always that discussion which happens when you have a team like Vox Eminor come around, and it's always the discussion of, well, obviously because they live on the other side of the world pretty much to the majority of teams who do play CS, they don't really get too much of time to practice against them. But obviously there then comes an advantage to that, is that they can come up with some nice little nifty strategies and some things which the teams may, the teams like Virtus.Pro and Fnatic here that we've got today may not be able to combat up against, because they could have some little tricks up their sleeve. So I agree. I think Vox Emin are definitely going to be a team at Katowice to look out for as well. But guys, just a quick update. We are waiting for the game to go live. Apparently there may be a little server issue, so we are just waiting for things to get sorted out behind the scenes. Sorry, I can't even talk behind the scenes before we do go live again. But if you are just joining us, Fnatic managed to take the first half here on Overpass with a score of 9-6, and now things are switching. We're just getting ready to go live once again. Hopefully it shouldn't be too long before we are. But yeah, I mean, talking about Katowice, I'm just going to put you right on the spot, Wendansky. Who do you think is going to take it?
It's really difficult to say. I mean, I think it's probably between the top four, really. It's VP, Fnatic, NiP, and ESEA. I think it's between them four. I mean, it all who makes those shots. It depends who makes the shots. Depends who makes the plays. You know, there's some major plays are made in these majors, and I think whoever does that, you know, steps up the game will win it. I mean, VP have the home court advantage, and they're always very strong at the majors. So, I mean, I'm gonna say ESEA VP final.
Envious VP final, that's a strong call. Yeah. I think it could definitely go like that. Obviously, it's a difficult one to call, and I do apologise for putting you on the spot just like that, but it's always interesting to hear different people's opinions about what they think is going to happen. Obviously, we still do have a couple of weeks yet before the major does commence, so... and, you know, anything can change. Teams have got some more time to prepare themselves and get ready for it as well. But, I mean, you know, again, we had a very quick discussion earlier on about the fatigue maybe that could be coming into play for some of these teams with the amount of games that they're doing. Do you think they'll kind of try, if they can, to slow things down a bit just a couple of weeks before the major and just concentrate on that? Or how do they combat the fatigue and getting prepared for a major such as Katowice?
Well, I mean, if I was playing in one of these top teams right now, I'd be thinking, right, major coming up, I don't want to be doing like many of my strats or many of my smokes that I have. I'd be thinking, you know, I'm going to sound these other teams out, see how they play in certain maps, and whenever it comes down to the major, I know exactly how they'll play certain situations, and I especially think these top teams have all doing that. They know exactly how each other play, individuals as well. So, I mean, I think in these maps and these games you see online, I think that definitely they will be filling each other out and saving stuff for the major.
I'm looking forward to it. It's certainly going to be an interesting tournament, as we've both predicted. I think there could be some upsets, especially with some of the teams that have qualified and everything. I'm really looking forward to seeing all the groups and getting everything ready for the start of the tournament. So apparently we have got a new IP, so it is going to switch over. So just give us 2 seconds, guys, as we do switch over to that, and then hopefully it shouldn't be too long before we are live again. And yeah, we will be going soon. So thank you to everybody who's tuning in. Thank you to everybody who's staying on board here and not leaving. It shouldn't be too long before this game's live again, so give us just 2 seconds or so just to switch over to the other server. I think we're almost ready to go. I think we're almost live.
Yeah, the IP doesn't work for me.
The IP's not working for you, unfortunately? Okay, so we'll make sure we get that sorted for you. I'll try and paste it in for you or get it sorted.
It's okay.
There we go. Are you in?
I'm in, yeah.
There we go, good. We're ready to go, and it looks like we are ready to go with the second half. So unfortunately, the scoreboard at the top isn't updated, guys, so we do apologise about that. But what I'm going to do is be really sneaky, and I'm just going to pull up my phone and actually have the scores down on my phone just to make sure that I don't make any mistakes as we go into the second half. So it is a 9-6 scoreline in favour of Fnatic as we go into the second pistol round here on Overpass, and let's see who can pick it up. It's all havoc.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that VP actually had 3 stacked there.
Yeah. I'm liking this that somebody's changed names on Fnatic and decided to have a bit of fun as well, but it's going to be a 3-on-1. Fnatic look like they're going to be able to take the pistol round. It will be by Ali, the last one left alive. He will go down.
That's an important round.
Yeah, that is a really important round, which means actually now that both teams in this game have won the pistol round on T side. So what have Virtus.Pro got to be thinking now? Because surely they've got to be a bit like, uh-oh.
Yeah, they're going to be thinking, well, as you can see, they've bought armor, they've bought a scout, so they're thinking they could win this round. They bought a smoke and have 2 flashes, so they want to win this round instantly as well. I think Fnatic need to sit together and not get split up. I think they need to be able to take them together. But then, as I said that, they're doing stuff together right now. There it is.
Well, it looks like JW and the rest of the Fnatic squad are just going to mow them down with their rifles and submachine guns and not allow them to try and do any damage with those pistols. Just a rain of fire coming over here. towards the B bomb side it is, and JW actually using the UMP45. We also see Galil and Olaf Meister with the Tech 9. I'm sure you've all guessed, but the person who's changed their name is, of course, Crims, deciding that he's the best player in the game by the looks of things. They've got control of the B bomb site here, and it should be a relatively good situation, but Pasha does manage to get that kill onto Pronax. I don't think he's going to be able to pick up... Well, as soon as I say that, he picks up a second one, and this is exactly where Pasha can surprise you, but they've planted the bomb. And this is still on here, really, for Virtus.Pro. I reckon they may be able to do some damage as they cast out JW just as he was pulling out a grenade. It's now a 2-on-2.
I was just about to say this round is completely lost for VB, but they brought it back to 2v2.
I'm not too sure if that's your microphone or my microphone that's cut out, but we're going to carry on anyway. It's Pasha versus Flusher. No time left, and Pasha misses all of his shots. He's going to get punished for it. Fnatic will pick it up. Flusher's going to take down Pasha there with his 5 for 7, I believe that was, to lose the rifle for Pasha, but my gosh, was that close. As soon as I call and say that it looks like Fnatic are going to easily be able to take it, suddenly out of nowhere, Pasha gets 2 huge kills with the scout, and they rain storm on the B bomb site and almost bring it back. Very unlucky. And if you are just joining us, this isn't the start of the game. The score isn't in fact 2-0. It's now 11-6 in favour of Fnatic, and once again Virtus.Pro forced to only use pistols because they did put quite a lot of money down in the last round with those scouts and armour. They aren't going to be able to have too much in the bank this time. So Windansky, you still there?
Yep, sorry.
Good, you are still alive. Not a problem at all.
That was actually a really good round for VP. A lot of they got a lot of guns and money away from VP there, or sorry, from Fnatic. So I think VP will be happy that round.
Got to be a tiny bit heartbroken considering the scoreline that they weren't able to convert it. But yep, in the grand scheme of things, lots of damage done. And that's all they can hope for, really, in those kind of situations at times. But it looks like the takeover towards A could be going on. Crims takes down Neo. Flusher manages to get Snacks down as well. Pronax the only casualty for the Swedes, and with 52 seconds left, all havoc is about to ensue over onto the A bomb site. Pasha gets called out, and those last 2 players over towards the lorry look like they've been found out as well. Maybe they haven't, as the bomb is going to go down. 2 quick kills from Taz, but it's not going to be enough, unfortunately, as Fnatic secure their 12th round now, only 4 rounds away from victory. And you know,
that was a really good stack by Bally on site there with Taz. If Bally got 2 kills there, I think Taz could have clutched that, honestly. But he just missed the Fnatic players when they were coming on the side.
This is the thing with CS, this is kind of why we love it, because when situations like that become so close and just a few missed shots here and there can define rounds like that, you know, it can really change the whole picture of the game. But now, obviously, Virtus.Pro, they've got enough money in the bank to buy, and this is an important round for them. Out comes the flashbang from Snacks. Unfortunately, he can only pick up 1, and Flusher gets another one as well. So VP, with a pretty aggressive CT side here, defense on over on the B bomb site, doesn't look like it's working initially, because Fnatic are already through.
Yeah, and Fnatic done the complete opposite of what VP done. They did it with fast, short take, and got the opening 2 kills. But Pasha, a really important kill there to make it a 3v3.
They decided to back off, and I definitely think that's a good decision. So now they're making their way over towards A, and we can actually see Bialy, who's already rotated there. He's just had a flashbang to the face, so maybe that's going to indicate to the rest of his Polish players that they are going over towards A.
Yeah, but this is so smart by Fnatic, though,
yeah,
because
definitely.
There's no one on side. Bally can't set up. Oh, that's a really big kill.
There's a big kill. Peeked out just at the right time. He will get a second one as well onto Crimson. It's all left up to Olaf Meister. He is going to be able to pick up 1, but will it be enough? No, it will not. Neo comes in and gets that final kill. He hasn't got a kit, but with plenty of time left to defuse, Virtus.Pro, really important round for them to pick up there.
Yes, definitely. That gives them a little bit of momentum and belief that they can win this game. I mean, I think Bally's two headshots at the end there was most important play to win in the round. A bit surprised by Fnatic though. I expect them to get good after plan positions. I think it was Olomouc just running around there trying to get a better position, but he should have been hiding on side, I think.
What do you think of this buy here from Fnatic? Because we've got 1 AK-47 on Crims and Tech 9s elsewhere. They've got a lot of grenades as well, so evidently their money was quite troubling. What do you think about this buy?
It's a good buy because they're going to do a fast B. Tech 9's close range are really to beat.
Well,
as you can see, Pronax taking kills.
Yep. They're trying to rain storm over here, and they've got the first 2 frags. Pronax is going to pick up that drop 10-4, will drop down, but Snax will just about finish him off, and this is huge here for Snax. He's got to go massive, but the bomb's already been planted here, so it's a 4 versus 3 in favour of the Swedes. Flush is going to shut down Snax as Bayali gets the revenge kill onto him, and now it's all left in the hands
But it's
of
all about Pasha.
and Bayali. Yeah, it is. Look at that
Where
flank.
Pasha is. Oh, but
Been caught
Crim's...
out. So what went wrong here for Virtus.Pro? Because obviously the Rec 9s just came in, and we are going to see Bayali go down there to secure the 13th round here for Fnatic. But obviously you said about how fast that push could go in over towards B, but what else went wrong for Virtus.Pro?
I think Virtus.Pro underestimated how strong Tech9 is close range. I mean, Pronax has just destroyed Taz close range there. Taz instantly trying to crouch spray on death, but instantly headshot and dead. Like, you can literally spray the gun and move left and right and straight. Like, you can continually moving while shooting, and it's very accurate. So Fnatic use that to their advantage, close quarters at the B side. So, I mean, it was a pretty much an easy round for them there.
Well, Virtus.Pro are going to get punished as they are down to pistols. Pronax does get the kill onto Taz just about, but he's knocked down to 28 HP. They've already made their way onto the B-bomb site here, and this just looks like it's going to be a relatively easy clean-up. One of the quickest rounds we've had so far as Fnatic do secure their 14th round. So Fnatic now only 2 rounds away from being able to take this game, and I have to say they've really had a much stronger T-half than what we saw from Virtus.Pro. Obviously, we weren't able to see the whole of the game, and we can't really completely compare it, but they've absolutely destroyed the Polish team's finance, and they're just on a roll here, are the Swedes.
Yeah, they are. I mean, you look at the different styles that Fnatic and VP have. I mean, VP were going mostly on towards the A as T. Fnatic have been pretty much all B.
Look at this push. Look at where Fnatic,
yeah.
look at where Virtus.Pro are. What do you think of this?
This is aggressive, but surely VP realise that they're going to go to the other side of things, so they're going to rotate over. Yeah, here they come, rotating back towards B. Fnatic need to realise, need to get a move on, really, I think.
Oh my gosh, Neo almost got caught out there. He is able to pick up that M4 after getting the kill onto Olaf Meister to start things off. But I think the game of Virtus.Pro has been caught up as Crims is going to enter things up here onto the B-bomb site. Flusher just checking the flank, making sure nobody's going to push through aggressively.
Yeah, but Fnatic know now. Fnatic know about the flank.
Yeah, exactly, they do indeed. And
they
been
just
able
rush
to
onto
get
the
the bomb
side, and it's easy. Yeah. It'll be an easy run for them, I think.
Well, obviously, if Fnatic do take this, they will be on match point. It's all going to be left up to Neo and Snax. They have got an M4 and a Scout, so I don't really think they're going to be challenging this whatsoever. They just going to save. Let's have a look at their money. Their money is pretty darn terrible, so they've not really got much option here to save. So Fnatic are going to be fighting for overtime here. Sorry, Virtus.Pro are going to be fighting for overtime here against Fnatic. Score now is 15-7. Do you think Virtus.Pro can try and bring this back, or do you think this game's just already over and done with?
Honestly, I think Fnatic will just go on and win this. I don't think it'll be that VP will get many more runs. I mean, they could surprise me. I wouldn't be surprised if they started getting like 5 or 6 runs in a row, but I think VP or Fnatic have got a good game plan for this map, so I think it'll be really difficult for the VP to claw themselves back into this game.
Well, if you are just joining us, unfortunately we did have to change servers at the halfway mark. So the halftime score was 9-6 in favour of Fnatic. Now the score currently is 15-7. We have been keeping tally. Pasha's going to get caught out instantly by Olaf Meister, who was aware that there could be a player pushing aggressively, and that is not the start that Virtus.Pro wanted.
See the way Fnatic is set up? 3-1-1. The bombs that are going towards A. I mean, this is like classic Fnatic, really. The 2 players that are on their own, their mission is to clear the map and to see if there's any stacks and see what VP on how VP are playing, and it's working perfectly for them right now.
With 1 minute and 2 seconds left on the clock, they're going to make their way onto the A-bomb site. Crims is going to take down Taz, and now it's Neo and Snax to save the day here for the Polish side. One of them's going to get taken down. It's all up to Snax, 1 versus 4. I have a feeling he's not going to be able to do it. Let's switch on board with him. They've heard him as well. He will be able to pick up Flusher. Pronax is low as well, so he's got a chance of being able to take down that player, but he's in a really tricky situation. They know where he's coming from. That flashbang did manage to catch one of them in the face, but it's not going to be enough. JW does take him down, securing the round and the win here for Fnatic. 16-7 is your final score here on Overpass, and that was a really good game there for Fnatic. I'm really impressed.